Close your eyes for a moment and imagine that time has stopped around you. Nothing moves, no sound, no obligations, just you and whatever pulses within your chest. Maybe it's an old weight, maybe it's a memory that keeps returning in moments of silence. Or maybe it's just the exhaustion of trying to appear fine when, deep down, everything feels suspended. Maybe you feel like something in your life isn't flowing, as if you're swimming against an invisible current. And no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you want to change, no matter how many self-help phrases you hear, nothing truly shifts. The same patterns, the same aches, the same silences that scream. But none of this means you're weak. It means there's something inside you asking to be seen, something that maybe for years has been ignored, suppressed, or discredited. You've learned to keep going, to keep smiling, even when your soul was tired. But there comes a moment when the body asks for pause, when the soul asks for reconnection. Dr. Bruce Lipton, one of the most respected scientists when it comes to the link between emotions and biology, teaches us that it's not just our genes that shape our lives, it's our beliefs, what we feel to be true inside us, even if we've never said it out loud. And these beliefs, often born from pain, trauma, or rejection, continue to activate stress circuits within our bodies, even when we think we've already healed. This silent pain, one you may not even know how to name, is like a closed gate in a river. The water wants to flow, life wants to move forward, but the gate remains shut, and the more we try to push, force, demand, the more it closes. Because what it needs is not strength, it's presence. Joe Dispenza reminds us that our mind can create entire realities simply by repeating thoughts. If I believe I'm not enough, not loved, that everything is hard, my body believes it. And the world around me almost magically begins to confirm those thoughts. What if you could let go now, not forget, not pretend it didn't hurt, but simply release? Like letting a leaf float down a calm river. Like saying, I honor this pain, but I choose not to carry it any longer. Here lies the invisible mistake. Many believe that to forgive is to forget. That letting go means pretending it never happened. That release means abandoning your story. But it's not that. Letting go is accepting with love. It's acknowledging that the pain existed, that it was real, that it left a mark. But now, it no longer needs to guide your life. It can be like a page already read, not denied, not torn out, but complete. Maybe you feel an urgency to move on, to fix everything, to be happy right away. But sometimes that urgency is a subtle way to avoid feeling still asking to be heard. The soul has its own timing, and there's no use rushing what only blooms in stillness and space. Try a pocket dialogue now. Take a deep breath. Place your hand over your heart and gently ask, what does this pain still want to show me? Wait for the answer. Maybe it comes as an image, a shiver, a memory, or maybe just silence. But even silence speaks when the soul is listening. There's a common misunderstanding among spiritual seekers, the idea that we must always be in a high vibration, as if dense emotions are signs of spiritual failure. But Bruce Lipton shows us that without releasing what's been buried, without giving voice to what's been hidden, there's no room for the new. Another myth we need to release is the idea of perfect vibration. Many say you must always be positive, always grateful, always elevated. But Bruce Lipton shows that this is impossible without first releasing the emotions you've stored. How can you build a new house over rubble? There is no space. Let's try something together. Close your eyes, breathe slowly and deeply for 2 minutes. Feel your heart. Imagine it's smiling, that it pulses with calm. This is heart coherence. It's when body, mind, and emotion align. Meditation doesn't happen in the mind alone. It happens in the whole body when it feels safe enough to relax. Joe Dispenza also teaches us something counterintuitive. Sometimes what changes everything is emptiness, not desire, not focus, but silent surrender. Stillness with no goal, as if you were simply breathing and allowing the universe to act. It's in the space between thoughts that light enters. It's in the silence that answers are born. So I invite you to a small daily ritual. 5 minutes, just 5. Sit in a quiet place. Breathe, observe, don't think. Don't try to understand, just be. This is the quantum pause, a conscious silence practice that activates the deepest changes within your body. Think of a piece of music. What makes it beautiful isn't just the notes, but the pauses between them. Without pauses, there's no rhythm. Without silence, there's no melody. The same is true for your emotions. They need space. They need tenderness. They need a time where they're not judged, not corrected, only felt. Bruce Lipton also shows us that our beliefs are like outdated software, programs we follow without realizing. But there's a path to rewrite them. First, you identify the belief that limits you. Then create a new phrase filled with emotion. Finally, integrate it into a small ritual: breath, movement, affirmation. A therapist once shared that before an important presentation, he always felt he wasn't good enough. He activated the belief, "I am not worthy." But using this path, he looked in the mirror, took a deep breath, and said, "I deserve to be heard." He repeated this while stretching his body. On the day of the presentation, there was no fear. There was presence. And presence is what transforms. Greg Braden explains that there's a field of possibilities around us, and it responds to two things: coherent emotion and unattached intention. When we feel with truth and wish without desperation, reality aligns. The field doesn't respond to what you want, it responds to what you are. How do you know if you're connected to this field? Subtle signs begin to appear, an intuition that proves right, a coincidence that feels magical, an unexpected encounter that brings meaning. These are private miracles, small confirmations that you're in flow, that the universe is listening. Create a synchronicity journal. Write down 3 signs per day. Small, simple. A thought that became real. A message that came at just the right time. A sense of peace without explanation. And each week, read them again. Strengthen your trust in this invisible flow. Because the more you recognize the signs, the more they show up. Now breathe with me. Remember, letting go doesn't mean denying your story. It means returning vital energy to its flow. Bruce Lipton says that when we unblock these inner gates, we don't just feel better. Our body changes. Our biochemistry changes. Our reality changes. We become an open field for the new. Today, I invite you to begin your quantum pause, to enter silence with courage, to let your heart lead. 5 minutes. Every day, this is your commitment to your truth. Not to change who you are, but to remember who you've always been, behind the pain, behind the masks, behind the fear. Remember, you're not here by accident. Life didn't bring you to this video without a reason. Maybe it's time to let go and trust. We are all sailors in emotional seas, and when we let go, the sail opens, the wind rises, and we move forward with lightness, with truth, with soul. Not because we have all the answers, but because we choose to no longer run from the questions. When we reprogram our beliefs, our organism vibrates differently, and the field responds with a new reality, more alive, more loving, more yours. A reality born from within, blossoming in silence, emerging from the reunion with your essence. You can learn to dance with your inner ghosts and transform the weight into creative energy. Yes, you can, even if you've been dismissed, even if you've forgotten what lightness feels like. If this message stirred something in you, if you felt a warmth in your chest, a silent truth echoing, then leave a danke in the comments. It tells us you're here, with your soul awake, walking with us on this path of healing. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this video with someone you love. Because when one soul awakens, it inspires others to wake up too. And maybe your courage to release is exactly what someone close to you needs to remember. That beginning again is always possible.